Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo 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 Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Samsara Sagare Magnam Dinam Mam Karunanide Karma Graya Grihitangam Mam Uttara Bhavam Mavar Srimat Bhagavata Kyoyam Prataksha Krishna Evai Svikritosi Mayanatha Muktyartham Bhavasagare Manorathe Madiyoyam Sapala Salvadatvaya Nilgune Neiva Kartavyam Dasoham Tavakeshava Bhave Bhave Yatha Bhakti Padayostava Jayate Tata Kurushva Devesha Natastvam No Yatha Prabhu Nama Sankirtanam Yasha Sarvapapa Pranashanam Pranamo Tukashamanastam Namami Harim Param Chammadasha Yatombayat Idaratas Salte Shiva Vigyasvarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaye Muhyantiyat Suraya Tejovari Mridam Yatabunimayo Yatra Trisalgo Mrisha Tamna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuakam Satyam Param Dimahi Dharma Projita Kaitaputra Paramo Nilma Saranam Satam Vedam Pastavam Atravastu Shivatam Tapatrayon Mulnam Srimat Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimba Pare Ishvaraha Satyo Hritya Varuta Tetra Kritivish Shushurshvish Darshana Nigama Kalpataro Kalitam Palam Sukamkat Amtadrapasham Tam Pivada Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Huraho Rashika Puvi Papka Sachidananda Rupaya Vishwapatyadi Hetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Sri Krishnaya Payamma Yam prabrajantam anupetam apetakritam tvipayano pirahakatar ajuhava putreti tammayataya taravo vinedustam sarvabhuta hridayam munim anatosmi yasvanubhavam akilla shrutisharamekam adhyatmadipam atitir shatam tamontam samsarinam karunayaha pranaguhyam tam vyasasunam upayami kurum mulinam Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasvatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye Kamaniya Kishoram Mukta Multe Kalavenu Kubani Trita Nanendoho Mamabachi Vrijimbitam Murare Madhurimna Kanikapi Kapi Kapi Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Titamine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Prasarine Dilveshesha Sunyavadi Pachasha Deshatarine Ande Nanda Brajastrinam Padarenu Abhishinasha Yasam Harigato Gitam Punati Pumanatrayam Sri Gopi Charanara Vinda Paranama Paramanave Namaha Pitambaram Karabi Rajita Chakrashankam Komodaki Sarashijam Kamruna Samutram Radha Sahayamiti Sundaramandaha Sampatalesha Manisham Hridi Pavayami Komalam Kujayam Venum Samaloyam Kumaraka Veda Vedya Param Brahma Pasatam Prato Mama Bukang paroti vachalam pangum langayate kirim yakripa tamaham bande paramananda madhavam Sarvatra Govinda nama sankirtaram Govinda Govinda Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you very much, Patanjali Prabhu. Thank you very much for giving us like your endeavor service every Tuesday, regardless. You're always there for enlightening us. I would like to welcome you, Hare Krishna, to everyone. And now I would like to request Bhakta Naveen, if you could do the, sorry, Rupa, to do a summary of class from last week, please. Haribo.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Okay.
Yes, please come. Yeah.
Okay. The summary of the last class. In our last class, Panchali Mataji beautifully narrated the story of the demon Vyamasura and the inner meaning of the story. Vyomasura represents false pride and wrong association of fake devotees. We should check ourselves that we don't become proud of our accomplishments in life. We should also beware of false or wrong associations of fake devotees, fake friends, and family members. Patanjali Muni Prabhuji reminded us that the reason we are narrating a demon story each week is because as Krishna is present with us today, so are the demons. The demons were there in Vrindavan 5,000 years ago, and the demons are here with us now. All the demons represent certain vices in us, such as pride, arrogance, deceit, bad habits, bad associations, skepticism, doubts, etc. The more we engage in devotional service, these demons will be killed one by one. In this session, in the last session, we mainly discussed and learnt about two things: Manas Nigriha, controlling the mind, and Manas Samadhi, uh, mind fixed in pleasing Krishna. The verse we discussed first was Srimad Bhagavatam 11.23.45. This verse and all the verses spoken by the Bhikshu, Brahmana, are the conclusions of the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, Puranas, and other Vedic literatures. We need to unpack each word and find out the meaning of each word. In Sanskrit language, one word can mean different things at different times and in different contexts. One Sanskrit word might require several English words to describe its unique meaning. Sanskrit words are symbolic. That's why we need guidance of Srila Prabhupada. Otherwise, we might misinterpret the words into totally opposite meanings. The verse in Srimad Bhagavatam 11.23.45, this is also a symbolic verse, meaning each word in the verse is also very symbolic. For example, Danam means to give in charity or to give for a good cause. Krishna's definition of Danam is Danda Nyasha, which means giving up, punishing others, and blaming others. Danda means stick or rod or punishment, and Nyasha means giving up. So, the best charity according to Krishna is to give up hatred, blame, punishing others. Punishing others, violence to others, aggression, ill feeling towards others, etc. This is true charity. This true charity will help us to control our minds, and then deep down there will be mental equilibrium and mental stability. This will lead us to true bhakti. Externally, there might be turmoils and chaos, but internally, bhakti will be so deep rooted that it will not be affected by any external turmoils. Just like the bhikshu was undisturbed by the uncivilized men, but the bhikshu was disturbed by the uncivilized men, but he remained unaffected and calm. So instead of danda or stick for punishment, or having grudges and resentment and other negativities, Krishna is saying to us to be positive about everything, positive about ourselves, positive about our family members, colleagues, friends, office, society, circumstances, etc. This is called Dhanam. Next, we discussed about dharma. The Sanskrit word dharma has no English equivalent. It requires lots of English words and phrases to define or describe this unique term, dharma. Dharma can mean intrinsic nature or character of an object. For example, dharma of sugar is to taste sweet. The dharma of river is to flow. So number two, dharma can mean one's duty. Kshatriya dharma is to protect the citizens. Brahmana dharma is to know and teach Shastra. Dharma of a mother is to look after children. So dharma can also mean telling what is right, or dharma means righteousness. Dharma also means justice or justified. Adharma means injustice or unjust. The param or the highest dharma is to please Krishna. So our fundamental dharma is to please Krishna. Bridge between us and pleasing Krishna is our mind. When we control our minds through our duties, through our morality, through our ethics, through our nature and character that is pleasing to Krishna, that is dharma. That is the highest dharma. Controlling our mind is called manas nigraha. Manas means mind and nigraha means control. How are we going to control our mind and why are we going to control our mind? The secret is knowing, number one, who we are, number two, who Krishna is, and number three, what is the world or the universe. This will help us to know our position in the entire universe, material actions and reactions, etc. And when we know this, then we will not be confused about anything in life. This first of all gives us our fundamental peace or shanti and philosophical understanding of who we are and what is our prime duty. And this will naturally invoke love for Krishna. Then we learnt about Manas Samadhi. Manas means mind and Samadhi means complete absorption in Krishna's will. Mind fixed in pleasing Krishna according to Sadhu, Shastra and Guru. In Bhagavad Gita 12th chapter, Krishna gives us the direct method to please him, that is devotional service. Thank you. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Rupa. Thank you very much for a wonderful summary. I would request Bhakt Naveen to come and to say, please enlighten us with the demon story. It's not a demon story, it's the Indradev story, but how we come across with Krishna, with his ego, and how Krishna is helping to get him back to normal. So yeah, okay, hi Krishna. Please unmute yourself. Naveen? Yeah.
Can you allow me to screenshot, please?
Okay, give me 1 second. Patanjali Prabhu, could you make him a host for a minute? Can you make Naveen Krishna?
No, but then that will make Prabhuji stop screenshot.
They will do it for you 1 second, don't worry. Okay, make you. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you.
You got 5 minutes, yeah?
Okay,
Thank you.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Vicharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Kashyata Deshitarine. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak on Krishna destroying Indra's ego. So I'll start. Indra's ego destroyed. Pleasing Indra. Om Indraya Swaha. The Bhadras swallow. The fire sacrifice to please Indra was going wrong. Men, women, Gopa and Gopis crowded around the fire king. Meanwhile, in Indralok, a servant was informing the happy Indra about the villages of Vrindavan. Of course, shout them with wind, let their crops go. After all, they should be worshipping me. I am king of the top. Suddenly, raindrops started falling in Vrindavan, and the happy villagers, they returned back to their homes. Govardhan Puja. Krishna was watching all of this, and he asked his father, or Baba as he called Nanda Maharaj, Father, why are you doing this yagna? Why sacrifice for Indra? His father smiled at the curiosity of his son and replied, to please Indra, every day we do this sacrifice so he can provide rain for us to make our crops grow. But Krishna was not satisfied by this answer. He said, Father, why should we worship him, Indra? After all, he's just doing his job and following the orders of Vishnu. Why can't we worship Surya, who gives us life, or even Yamuna, who gives drinkable water? Nanda Maharaj went to speak, but the family priest who was listening spoke as if he had read Nanda Maharaj's mind. What Krishna is saying is right. There is no extra worship for Indra. Krishna quickly replied before the family priest could come in. Why don't we do worship of Govardhan? After all, he gives us milk, rivers. He gives us grass for our cows and gives us milk, and the cows give us milk. Rivers flowing on the mountain to drench our thirst. Govardhan includes acres of land which grow our crops. So then the preparations for Govardhan Puja began. The horns blared, drums bellowed, and cymbals clashed. Crowds led the way as cries of Jai Govardhan filled the air. the offerings were placed in front of Govardhan, who appeared and announced that he was very pleased with them. Happy, the villagers circumambulated the hill. What they did not know was the servant of the rain god was just watching from above. So now the servant, he went to Indra and he told him that, oh, these villagers of Vrindavan, they are now worshipping Govardhan instead of you. So Indra became very angry because this shows that he has a lot of pride. In the start as well, he said, yes, after all, they should be worshipping me. So that just shows that he thinks that, oh, I am very high. They should be worshipping me. And this is another thing, because he thinks that they should only be worshipping me. So that's why he was very angry, and he told his servant clouds, that Vrindavan should be flooded. So then the floods came, and the Brajawasis, they were like running in panic, and they were fleeing. They were trying to run away because it was thundering, raining, flood, and then Krishna. They went to Krishna and they asked, please, save us. And Krishna went to Govardhan Hill, and he like lifted Govardhan Hill, and the villagers, they became very happy, but they also became scared because they knew that Govardhan Hill was a very big mountain. So they were scared that, oh, how can a little child like this lift such a heavy mountain? So they quickly went under the shelter of the huge mountain, and the men, they got like sticks. Like they used sticks to make the sheep or the cow walk in the right way, and they used the sticks to help Krishna. And Krishna had to keep the mountain, like he had to hold the mountain for 7 days and 7 nights. And finally, Indra, because he had told that, oh, the servant had told him that this has happened. So even Indra went, because Indra could also make rain and torrents and thunder. So he went and he started causing chaos. And 7 days and 7 nights later, he found out that this is actually Lord Krishna himself. And then Krishna went away, the servants went away, and the Brajawasis, they came out very happy. They went to their houses, and then Indra came to Krishna alone, and there was no Brajawasis near Krishna, and he was asking for forgiveness, and Krishna forgave him. So this is a really good example of what happens if you have pride. Indra had pride, and Krishna wanted to destroy that pride of Indra. So that's why Krishna did this. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Naveen. It was wonderful, enlightening story, and also the presentation was really incredible. You always the best, honestly. We're very proud to have you in our group. Thank you. We also especially highlight for Dr. Navina, for in such a young age, he's so much devoted, and really the way he presented the demon story was amazing. Thank you. So now there's the Pinky Sham. Is Pinky there now? I can't see Pinky. Yeah.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
You got 2 minutes to complete the one you left from last class.
All right.
If you could, and please kindly, I request not to take too long because we already run our time anyway. 1 minute.
Okay, please accept my humble obeisances.
Thank you.
The Damodar Leela is all about changing the world. Krishna is dependent and Mother Yashoda is the shelter. Krishna is doing this to invoke the love of his devotees. He wants love from his devotees. The first verse starts off with the Mangalacharan offering obeisances to the Supreme Controller, embodiment of Satchitananda. It helps us remove the obstacles. Krishna is running away in fear of Mother Yashoda. Krishna has beautiful earrings which shine in Gokul and in the heart of the gopis and the cows. Krishna is not easy to catch, but if you have the love, then Krishna allows you to catch him very quickly. Nala Kubera and Manigriva were waiting for this Leela to happen. Krishna made an endeavor by dragging the wooden mortar. Krishna arranges everything. He is always doing hard work for us, like uprooting the 2 trees. We usually see our own pleasure and benefit, but Krishna tells us this is not our goal. When the crash comes, when the 2 trees fall, that is when we get the mercy. The meaning of the first verse is very related to the mind and the Atma. When we recognize an insult and take it to our heart, then it becomes an insult. Within our family, when 2 people live together, there's always conflict. If they pull you in their world, make them feel you are entering their world, but maintain your own dignity and goal of life. Krishna's love for us is very special. If we recognize Krishna's love, our life will change. We must think about what our relationship is with Krishna and make sure it's not boring. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Pinky. It was wonderful. Thank you for completing this ceremony from the last week. I'm sorry I couldn't let you speak last week, but it was wonderful. It's always a pleasure to hear you. You've got a wonderful voice, though.
Thank you.
Okay, so can we just request the Patanjali Prabhu to start with the class now, please? Patanjali Prabhu, it's all yours now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for
Hare Krishna.
beautiful summary, Rupa, again. And also nice presentation from Navin. We learned a lot. And also we had a good summary from Pinky also, Mataji. So as we saw from both Leela, Govardhan Leela and Damodar Leela, we learned a lot that Krishna actually working harder than us to save us. So here, Damodar Leela, as we mentioned the last week, that Bhalena Nishkalshayata. Krishna, actually one who is very attractive, means one who pulls, one who is pulling us from the darkness of the material world. So in this way, Krishna has to work hard to drag that Ulukala, the wooden mortar. Why? In order to save these 2 souls who took a form of tree. The 2 souls, the name is the Manigriva and Nalakubera. So Krishna, from the very young age, although he was a baby, then in order to save these 2 souls, he had to work hard. At the same time, Krishna has to hold the Govardhan mountain for 7 days and 7 nights. Why? Because in order to teach Krishna, to teach the Indra, the pride is not good for us. So Indra is nothing but the example that the pride we all have within us. So this pride creates envy, this pride creates hatred, this pride creates abuse, this pride creates many negativity in our life. So in order to demolish this pride, Krishna set example through the Govardhan Lila that it's not good to have this pride. So in order to teach this one, as you know, Krishna is very young age, and then Krishna has to lift this Govardhan hill 7 days. So for example, if we lift a hand or arm like this for, let's say, even 1 hour, never mind 1 hour, maybe in 10 minutes, maybe you'll be very tired. But Krishna was holding for 7 days and 7 nights. So in this way, in order to give mercy, it's not easy, but Krishna is willing to go through all these difficulties. So then what about us? So that we have to remember that what we trying to give to Krishna is inconsiderable in comparison to what Krishna wants to give us. But and yet, whatever we offer, even if little bit of flour, little bit of water, little bit of leaves, and Bhagavad Gita it says that patram pushpam palam toyam, all that is singular. Even one drop of water, Krishna appreciated. So this is Krishna's attitude towards his devotee. So now we're moving on to 23rd chapter of 11th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam. The reason we go through this one is in order to understand the first verse of first canto in first chapter, the Satyam Param Dhimahi. What is Satyam? The many meaning of Satyam. Satyam means truth. Satyam means the absolute truth. And also Satyam means Krishna. And also Satyam means the law and order of entire universe, which make creation, maintenance, and destruction functions. This is the meaning of Satyam. So right in the beginning, invocation prayers, we offer prayers, we meditate on this Satyam, which means Satyam has two aspects, personal aspect and the impersonal or in principle aspect. The personal aspect is, no doubt, Satyam is Krishna. Another aspect of Satyam is the principle which governs the creation, maintenance, and destruction, which includes the function of entire universe. Here, universe means not only this universe within this material world, and also spiritual world also. So this is a Satyam. So then this Satyam also has many aspects. So one of the aspect is shown in this 23rd chapter, that Bhikshu, through his experience, he realized that actually Satyam is the unchanging truth. So then what is the unchanging truth? Actually, our mind is creating all this, what we see externally. So it seems like contradictory. So that in one way, Krishna creates everything. How come mind creates also? So from right in the beginning, if you look at Divija, the Uvacha. So if you look at text 42, the 23rd chapter, Divija Uvacha, Nayam jano me sukha dukha hetu na devatma griya karma kalaha manaha param karanam amananti samsara chakram parivartayetat. It says manaha param karanam amananti. It's not I'm saying amananti. It's the authorities saying that manaha param karanam. The ultimate cause is mana, our mind. But we already hear from Lord Brahma's prayers that Anadil Adil Govinda Salva Karana Karanam. So there, Ishvara Parama Krishna. So Ishvara, Parama Ishvara, Supreme Controller is Krishna. Sachit Ananda Vigraha, his embodiment of Sachit Ananda, eternity, knowledge, and bliss. And then he is Anadi, is no beginning, no end. Adil Govinda, he is Govinda, and he is Salva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. So that Krishna is the cause of everything, but here, mind is cause of everything. So these are two contradictory statements. So how can we understand this one? So in order to understand, I'll give you an example. So when, for example, in the morning, so we go to drop off children to the school. So one morning, mother forgot the key. So telling child, let's say this child is an 8 years old child. Okay, my dear, So go to the room. So I forgot the key. Can you bring the key? So we need to start the car. So child brings the key, and then mother start the car, and then go to school. So for child mind, in the child mind, car runs due to the key. So this is true for the child. But actually, in order to run the car, not only requires the key, there are many aspects to it. So mother knows that in order to have this car, first of all, you need a purchased car. So it requires certain Lakshmi. And then you need to have a driving license. And also you need to have insurance, and then MOT, etc., etc. There's so many requirements there to run the car. So this is a mother's aspect. But if you look at another aspect, so car mechanic aspect, so even if you get insurance, even if you have the driving license, that is not enough. You have to put the petrol, you have to put the oil. So oil has many aspects of oil also. You have a power steering oil, or engine oil, many different fluid there in the car. This is a car mechanics aspect. So your driving license is not enough to run the car. But the car mechanics, this aspect. But if you see a priest, say that, no, that's not enough. So you need to have material elements. So that you need to have a tire, you need to have the body, you need to have, in order to have oil, and you need to have water, even water. So where is the water coming from? Car cannot run without water, as well as the oil or petrol. So where is this coming from? So when you look at this car, actually entire human history is behind it, and also entire creative power, energy is behind it, just to run this car. So this car itself is accumulation of all the techniques so far human being developed. In this, the same way, when you look at the ocean, what we see is that waves goes up and down. But for the young child or normal people, waves goes up and down due to the wind. But actually, entire body of ocean is behind this wave. Waves, even if it's either small waves or big wave, are backed up by the entire body of ocean. So now, externally waves goes up and down, but once it goes a little bit deeper, then there is no movement, very still. That if it goes a little bit deeper, then so still that even light doesn't go through that deep down the ocean. So here, Manaha Param Karanam is taking us the deeper level of ocean. So fundamentally, the bottom layer of ocean is Sarva Karana Karanam. So Krishna's sanction is a fundamental cause. But above that, there is mind. And then above that, there is here Janaha. What influence is people which we interact. And also Devatas, those who governs the material, the principles, sun and moon and water, and also the time, our action. These are the elements of we are interacting. But here, Bhikshu is taking us that the cause of your happiness and distress don't remain the level of only external aspect. Ultimately, your perception, how you see, how you interpret the instant, your mind itself, the cause of your happiness and distress. So externally, it looks like someone, let's say, abuses us, someone mistreats us. No doubt it gave us grief, know that it gives us distress. But deep down, Bhikshu advising us that it's you how to accept that incident. It's you how to interpret it. So if it takes further, then entire creation, it is created by Krishna, but ultimately you are the second cause that you create this world. So the same water, if cow drinks, it turns to milk. If snake drinks, it turns into the poison. So anything you experience, how you interpret it, how you digest, that turn into either milk, either poison. So Bhikshu is saying that previously my wealth, and then after that so much of trouble in his life, I thought this is a trouble for us. It's a great cause of distress for me. But now he realized that actually it's not. This is fundamental teachings of Upanishad. This is fundamental teachings of Chatur Shloki of Bhagavatam. This is fundamental teachings of this 11 canto. So here, samsara chakra parivartayeta. We are in samsara. Why? Because of our own mind. We are having a female body. Why? Due to our own mind. We are male body. Why? Because our own mind. We are born as Indian. We are born as American. We are born as British. Why? Ultimately, our own mind created. Why we are born in the rich family, why we are born in the poor family, why we are born in India, why we are born in the Leicester, all these things, ultimately, it looks like it due to my mother and father, due to some other causes, but actually it's not. It's my mind is a cause of all these things. So this is Bhikshu Gita is saying to us, so that if you have any trouble in your life, rather than looking at external cause, try to look at the internal cause. That what are you doing about that? And also what is your mindset to interpret that? So just briefly, I had a conversation before I started this class. And then one of the devotees saying that actually due to Corona, I have opportunity to join this Sangha group, and then I get a better understanding of Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is coronavirus is dangerous for us, for everybody. But and yet, someone taking great advantage of this situation so that they uplifting their spiritual practice. Although there are challenges of economy, there are challenges of the relationship, there are many challenges. The freedom are restricted. But for some people, actually, this is the cause of their true freedom. Why? Because previously we are dictated by our senses. So our senses wild, we have to travel for some time. Once a year, we have to go someplace. Then we feel, when we have a nice holiday, then we feel that we are exerting our own freedom. But actually, this is not we are having a holiday. Actually, our ego is having a holiday. Who enjoying holiday? Actually, our ego is enjoying the holiday. But due to our ego, our mind and intelligence has to help this ego. And our body, we have to pack the bag, so many arrangements we have to do just to help the ego's satisfaction. But and yet, we think, Atma, I am enjoying. But this is a trick of the three modes of nature. So here, Brahmana kindly, then our mind is the cause of our existence, and then cause of our samsara. Then how it works in detail, and then it goes to next verse. Mano gunan bai srijate bhaliyas tatas kalmani vilakshanani suklani krishnani atha lohitani tebyaha sa varnaha shritayo bhavanti. So before we explain the second verse, I'll explain this 4 verse, 42, 43, 44, 45. Then I'll conclude Bhikshu Gita today. And then from the next week, so that finally we'll go back to first canto of Bhagavatam. And the rest of the verse, so because we don't have any more demon story, so I'll take 1 verse at a time, then we explain like this. So we dive into the meaning. At the same time, we're trying to relate the fundamental, the teaching, essence of teaching into chapter by chapter, how it related to right to the beginning, how Krishna says, and how all this lila unfold. So we'll make a connection. So in this way, we go by 2-track policy. So that the one thing is that we go by, still try to understand deep philosophy. At the same time, from the beginning, we go chapter by chapter. So before I move on to second verse, can anyone read the 42, text 42 translation, please?
Yes, Pastor Bhavini is supposed to read the 2 verses for today. But also, I just would like to announce that from next week, each participant will read only 1 translations, not 2.
Yeah,
so today we carry on with the 2, but from the next week, only 1 participant will read only 1 translation, because it's going to start Srimad Bhagavatam from the chapter 1, canto 1. Yeah, so
yeah.
Please carry on 2 verses, Bhavini Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hi, Bob.
The Brahmana said, "These people are not the cause of my happiness and distress. Neither are the demigods, my own body, the planets, my past work or time. Rather, it is the mind alone that causes happiness and distress and perpetuates the rotation of material life."
Thank you.
Hi, Bob. Thank you.
So then, how this mind make us perpetuate the rotation of the material life? So here says mano gunambhai srijate paliyas. So this powerful mind activates the gunas. This means that when you are in goodness, we are naturally attracted to in goodness. When you are in passion, naturally we are attracted to the passion. The same way in the tamagun, we are inclined to do tamagun. So in this way, it depends on what mode we are in. Actually, we are associating with a similar mode. So this mode, association with the modes is paliyas, is very, very strong. So as soon as we take a birth, we will have mind, intelligence, ego. So this mind come into contact with this 3 mode of nature as soon as we are born. So taking a birth means we are associating with this 3 mode of nature. Due to our makeup of 3 mode of nature, we mold our life, which is outside element. Also categorized in 3 mode, we associate with that. So long after this attraction of similar mode, it creates karmani, different activities, which has vilakshana, its own characteristic and its own qualities. So you look at yourself in your life. The same incident, sometimes you're very angry, sometimes you're dealing with it very calmly. Children are also the same. So we say that when you, especially young child, make sure 2 things you have to be sure. They have enough sleep and they are fed well. Otherwise, in general, they are very easy to deal with them. Some reason, if you don't feed, if they didn't eat properly or they didn't sleep well, they are very cranky. They are very, very, what you call, on edge. Very difficult to deal with that. The same way, we are also the same. According to our mood, the same provocative situation, sometimes we deal very calmly, sometimes we blow up. So it looks like it, the provocation is causing us to be angry, but actually, when you look at it in detail, depends on our status mind. Actually, we are reacting. So if we maintain somehow or other goodness prominently, then even if there is cause for provocation, but actually we'll be less be angry. But somehow we are so busy, we are so tight with the time, and then we are pushed by work, pushed by the boss, and then you are always, somehow we feel in anxiety, then easily your reaction to other instant also be very, very aggressive, and then it will be very fiery. So in this way, Brahmana, Bhikshu, Avanti Brahmana saying that, so when you look at yourself, always you look at your mode, which mode you are in. So trying to be in goodness as far as possible. So of course, the devotee is saying that we have to be beyond the goodness, but we have to reach goodness first, and then we can think of the beyond the goodness. So in this way, this mode creates three colors: Shuklani white, Krishnani black, and Rohitani the red. So according to that, actually we are making our own life of painting. So here is recommend that as much as possible, we have to be in goodness. So now, could you read this translation? And then we'll move on to the next verse.
Yeah. Harini Mataji, can you please read?
Hare Krishna. The powerful mind actuates the functions of the material modes, from which evolve the different kinds of material activities in the mode of goodness, ignorance, and passion. From the activities in each of these modes develop the corresponding status of life.
Haribo, thank you.
But someone may question, so it's easy for you to say. In reality, it's difficult to stay in mode of goodness. Why? Because our society doesn't allow you to stay in the mode of goodness. Why? As soon as you turned TV on or turned your mobile phone on, constantly there is message of agitation, the message of something invoking your desire. So when you walk on the street, how many edible you see? So this society predominantly by the passion and ignorance, so element of sattva gun is very less. So how can we invoke this mode of goodness? And also in society, in olden days, that if one person earns, it's enough. So father goes to work, and then whatever he earns is enough to provide the whole family. But nowadays, society doesn't work out in that way. So now, in general, now two people have to earn. Mother and father both has to be earning, so in order to have some necessity in life. So this is a society now. So which means they are more at work, they're more involved with the passion. Work means passion. And then when you come home, so that you feel tired, so, and also still you have a lot of stress from work, and then difficult to calm down, and also difficult to pay attention to individual need of family members. So all this difficult. Too much, this three mode of nature. So then here, Bhikshu Gita, the Avanti Brahmana, was advising us. Yes, I admit that, but there is something that you ignore to see. What is that? There is Atma within. So, Manasa Samihata, our mind, Samihata, may be struggling, no doubt, but actually deep down, Atma is Aniha, is not disturbed by that. So no matter how high the wave is, no matter how strong the winds are, but actually deep down in the ocean, they are very still. That is you. That is your true identity. Don't be swayed by these emotions, it says in here. Why? Because Hiranya Maya Mashaka Ut Vichaste. So Atma, your soul is like gold, shining all the time, no matter what you go through. And also that is Matsaka, that Atma is actually has friend. Who is that friend? Krishna. So in this way, you have faith in yourself deep down, and also you have the best friend who is Krishna. And then mana svalingam parigriha kamam. But and yet, if you neglect to see yourself, and also if you spend more time and energy for griha kaman, trying to achieve your own desire, which is created by notion of this society, created by the friends or family, if you're trying to grab these things, which are nothing but svalingam, the manifestation of your own perception by the influence of others, if you do that, then you will be more involved with guna sangha. So the best way of detach yourself of guna sangha is that calm yourself down and then see yourself within, which shining like gold. So that's why the meditation, it helps. So that the meditation is not that one of aspect of sadhana. Meditation is healing process. Meditation is your medicine for disconnecting from the gunas. So let us read this verse.
Sorry, just a second, Prabhuji.
Yeah, translation.
Yeah, just a second, Prabhuji. I'm just going to read. I can't see which one is. Have you shared the screen, or would like me to
I think
share the
Hitesh
screen?
Babu says next one is Hitesh Babu.
No, I just want you to share the screen, Prabhuji. There's no screen share. Which one you want? The Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam?
44,
Or,
text 44.
Oh yeah, okay, sure. 1 second.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
this one.
so yeah. So just a second. The next one is the Hitesh Prabhu, Haribol. Just a second. Yeah, next one is the Girish Prabhu. Is available Girish Prabhu? If his thought is Oma. Can you read Oma, please?
Hare Krishna.
Haribol, thank you.
Also present along with the, sorry, I can't see.
Oh, can you see?
Yeah, thank you. Also present along with a struggling mind within the material body. The super soul is not endeavoring because he is already endowed with transcendental enlightenment. Acting as my friend, he simply witnesses from his transcendental position. I, the infinitesimal spirit soul, on the other hand, have embraced this mind, which is a mirror reflecting the image of the material world. Thus, I have become engaged in enjoying objects of desire and am entangled due to contact with the modes of nature. Haribol.
Hi, Krishna, thank you.
So in last class, we discussed about the meaning of the word. For example, definition. So that in Sanskrit, each word definition has so many different meanings. So we discussed dharma, what kind of meaning it has. So when you look at English word also, so when you look at details about English, the meaning, and when you look at detail, then actually we have a lot of wrong conception also. So let's say, we hear sometimes, the children saying that, oh, I love chicken. So when they say, I love chicken, that doesn't mean that the living entity they love. When they say, I love chicken, means they like eating the meat. So that love itself, it has nothing to do with the object itself. That love has to do with their own taste. So in this way, when we hear that someone says love something, but actually it doesn't mean that that's something. So there is saying no one can love anything for its own sake. So husband is saying, I love my wife. But actually, why he loves his wife? Because wife serving him very well, wife fulfill his needs. So it's not that wife he loves the service he gets. So this is not what I'm saying, it's Upanishad says. So Atmanastu Kamaya Salvam Puriyam Bhavati. So Salvam Puriyam Bhavati. Everything becomes very dear. Why? Because Atmanastu Kamaya. Because it helps fulfilling his own desire. So in this way, when we look at in our society, when you look at our culture, that we think that we love something that because we like that object, but it's not, because we love something because that thing gives us something for us to be happy or to make my need to be fulfilled. So this is a fundamental psychology, what we have. So we go to temple. Fundamentally, why we go to temple? There is certain benefit to us within our own heart. Why we serve Krishna? There is certain peace or certain achievement or certain purification we feel. That's why we serve Krishna. We want to go back to Godhead. We want to be with Krishna. Why? Because we don't want all contamination of this material world. So we want to go to spiritual world. Why? Fundamentally, it's benefit me. So in this way, pure motivational service is very, very rare. So when Prabhupada went to West to preach, at that time Prabhupada was totally happy in Vrindavan, in Rupa Goswami Samadhi place. But and yet, when he had dreamed of his spiritual master, then he felt mission that there is the order of Krishna through his Guru, Maharaj. So in this way, it's very difficult to find the pure motivation. So we ourselves also always try to think in a way that fundamentally our needs become less. Fundamentally, we feel we have strong connection with Krishna that nothing actually I need because I'm with Krishna. After establishing this relationship, and then after that, actually devotional service can start. What we call at the same time as service is like a child writing in the beginning, and then sometimes a mother grabs child hand and then teaches how to write A, B, C, D. It's like that. So what we do is, in order to practice independently, this is at the moment we are imitating. So this Bhagavad Gita says that Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nashochati Nakangshati Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu Madhbhaktim Labate Param. So Madhbhaktim Labate, you will achieve my devotional service, my bhakti. When do you achieve? Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. When you reach Brahma Bhuta platform, when you reach completely, when you get rid of your own motivation, your own desire, your own hankering, your own needs, when this becomes minimized, then ultimately you reach stage where no lamentation, no hankering. Fundamentally, when you firmly established relationship with Krishna, actually nothing can disturb you, and also nothing can fear you. That's why look at Prabhupada example. He was at the age of 69. So normally at that age, they are retiring age, that they don't want to minimize the social activity. But and yet, without much of arrangement, he went to America. So even he had a heart attack, but and yet through the heart attack, actually his faith, his determination becomes even stronger. It's your wish that I go to America or I die on this journey. It's your wish. So in this way, Avadni Brahmana advising us that actually how to control your mind. Actually, he gives a few tips how to control our mind, how to purify our mind. Start with dhanam. Start with charity. So fundamentally, charity is, last week we discussed, that giving up the aggression, giving up the hatred, giving up some ill feeling. So then the other side of the coin of dhanam is actually you give priority in others' need. So that is our first practice for uplifting our spiritual life and also for controlling our mind. So is Avanti Brahmana's here advice is very, very interesting, that he start with, normally when we want to control our mind, normally what we do, okay, we make a certain brata, vows. So from now on, so let's say I don't want to watch TV, or from now on, maybe I remove a certain app on my phone, or from now on, maybe I should eat maybe twice a week, or twice a day, or once a day. So, or now from now on, I'll do, let's say, 16 hours a day, every day. It somehow, when we try to control our mind, so all centered around us. But here, Avanti Brahmana, if you want to control your mind, so you start with how? Start with giving others. And also, you start not only just the physical things, but your emotion, that genuinely you're trying to help others. The charitable mind, that is the first thing. And then second thing is that trying to do your given duty best. So rather than looking for something else, do what is given for you. Do that one better. If you're a mother, become good mother. If you're a father, then you become good father. If you are a sister, try to be a good sister. So svadharma, that you work on your own svadharma. And then niyamo yamas. So we have 24 qualities of yam and niyam. We discussed last week. So that this is given in 11th canto, 19th chapter, text from 36 to 39. So in your own good time, have a look at in detail one by one. So here, because of time constraint, that we don't have time to go through each the items, but and yet there's a deep message to it. So that controlling the mind, Krishna gives different idea than we think. For us, if you don't be angry with a certain provocative situation, that means I'm controlling my mind. But it's not like that. So it's a totally different dimension to it, controlling the mind. And then Shrutam, hearing the Shastra. So hearing Shastra, like through this Sangha, through your own study, this also helping your controlling mind. And also Karmani, the pious work. So pious work, Karmani, in general, in olden days, Karma means Yagya. Karma means you are sacrificing your own work for others. So this is the Karmani. And also Sat Pratani, And then finally, last thing is for good vow, which you know better how to improve yourself. So in this way, all these things, if you do that, then salve mano nigraha lakshananata. So this will help to controlling the mind. So when Arjuna asked Krishna, Arjuna said, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna, paramati bhalavat dridam, tashaham nigraham manye bhayurivat sutushkaram. So mind of Krishna is chanchal, and also paramati, very agitating, and then bhalavat, very strong, and dridam, very stubborn. Tashaham nigraham manye. I think controlling mind is Bhayoriva Sudushkaram. Is more difficult than controlling wind. And Krishna's answer is Asamshayam Mahabaho Mano Dunigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Konteya Bharyagena cha Grihate. No doubt Asamshayam. Mahabaho, oh great hero Arjuna, Manha Dunigraham Chalam. Due to flickering nature, mind is difficult to control. But there are two things here, Abhyasa and Vairagya. So here, abhyasa, by regular practice, which is mentioned here by Brahmana, and Vairagya, by detachment. Detachment means you give priority others' need over your need. This is Vairagya. So Vairagya also has many, many meanings. Another meaning of Vairagya is the higher attachment. So we attach the pure devotional service. So truly, if we attach our consciousness into Krishna's service, then nothing will be matter. So in this way, Vairagya also has many connotations. So Krishna advised in just two in essence. But here, this what is it then we have to practice, regular practice, abhyasa. So here detailed information is given by Bhikshu Brahmana. So here dhanam, svadharma, niyamo, yama, shrutam, kalmani, sat bratani. All this will help us to control mind or purify mind. So these 4 verses, whether you believe or not, this is the truly essence of Upanishad, true essence of Lord Buddha's teachings, and also this true essence of all the sages. And then this is right mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter. So that in order to help to control mind, so that Krishna gives shortcut, which is devotional service. So this one will go through one by one from the chapter 1 and first canto. So then I will end here, and then from next week I'll start 47th verse, one verse first, and then we go through chapter 1. We'll do that. So in this way, so we'll go through. Still, we go through the philosophical aspect of Srimad Bhagavatam, as well as from the beginning, why this Bhagavatam is spoken, how it's important. And also next week, I'll give a detailed information of Yagya. So what is this Yagya? Because Bhagavatam start with story of this Yagya. Yeah. So that in this way, I'll continue. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you very much for wonderful enlightening class. And we are all looking forward, I'm sure we're all looking forward to begin with the Bhagavad class again, Srimad Bhagavatam class from the Canto 1, Chapter 1. And first of all, I would just like to say, Om Gyanam Himyandashe Gyanam Janashalakaya Chakshu Amitamena Tasma Shri Guruvai Namaha. And all glories to Srila Prabhupada and his assembled devotees, and all glories to you, Patanjali Muni Prabhu, for very showing everyone, on behalf of all the Srimad Bhagavatam group. We just have collected some small donation, respect and love to you, Patanjali Muni Prabhu. which is Alkesh Prabhu has already transferred to your account. I know you did explain that you don't want any Lakshmi and you want everything to transfer straight to the South Korea. But after getting requests from so many other devotees who requested that please kindly Patanjali Prabhu accept some Lakshmi for you and family, and we will be very grateful if you can use it for your own some expenses for Vrindavan and whatever you wish to do with that Lakshmi, and you accepted that. So really thank you very much. Please accept my gratitude to you and humble obeisances for accepting our request. And we know how dedicated and over service you providing in many different ways, like providing the South Korean Bhagavad Gita you translated in South Korean language and helping other devotees, servicing in the temple with such a smiley face and a positive attitude. And here, even after all this long day service in temple, you're still always like they're ready for us every Tuesday, regardless. So always just smiling. That's a good thing about you, that you're always just very enthusiastic to give us more knowledge to us. Whether you see 20 people, 25 people, or 34 people, your preaching never ends. Like, you're always so humble the way you preach, Prabhuji. Also, I just have, I would like to say a couple of other things, because I just have made a speech. I will read that for you as well. So again, I will say please accept my humble obeisances and the words of Shepherd. I would just say to all the devotee group, everyone, Srimad Bhagavatam group, that Patanjali Prabhu is really very humble and the life and the soul of this Srimad Bhagavatam group. He is teaching us the highest truth and bringing us a step closer to Hum Vrindavan. On behalf of all of us, I wanted to thank Patanjali Prabhu for everything he has given and continue to give. I also wanted to thank each and every one of you for taking your time out of very busy schedule and also attending classes on a regular basis, and have you all also kindly donated Patanjali Prabhu for his preaching mission. So thank you very much. And bottom of my heart, I really would like to thank all the Srimad Bhagavatam group devotees again and again. Please accept my humble obeisances and all with the share Prabhupada. And if I ever do any mistake, please do forgive me and bless me that I can be one day good devotee like you all are. And maybe, if someone would like to say any few words, please kindly just raise your hand, or you can unmute yourself and speak 1 or 2 minutes max, so we can close the class at 7 on time for closing prayers. So I also would say, let's just start with the donator's name here I have, if anybody wants to say. First of all, I would say Alkesh Prabhu and Meghna Mataji. Would you just say a couple of words, please? If you would like to say something. Alkesh Prabhu, Meghna Mataji. Very well.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I just would like to say, first of all, very grateful thank you to Alkesh Prabhu and Meghna Mataji for giving your bank account and keeping everything up to date records and informing us, that how much total we have gained. And that was really something intense service you have provided last 2 weeks. And I mean, all the gratitude is less to say. Please accept our motivation. Thank you so much for your divine service. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, I think Mataji, you said pretty much everything. So yeah, so just yeah, very grateful and thank you for engaging us. And yeah, and it's nice to help out in any way that we can. So yeah, thank you for the service, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Harald. Okay, there is Bharat Bhai. Would you like to say anything, Bharat Bhai? Bharat Patel, would you like to say anything? Okay, Panchali?
Yeah.
I'll
try. I'm not very I'll try. And so first of all, Hare Krishna Prabhu, and thank you very, very much for teaching us. I was just telling Sangeeta Mataji earlier that had it not been for you and your encouragement and knowledge you provide us as our guru, as our Shiksha Guru, I wouldn't even have started reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, and I'm eternally, eternally grateful to you for that. While thinking about how great and how good a guru you are to us, it reminded me of the relationship between Krishna and Arjuna on one hand, and it also reminded me of the story of Dronacharya and Ekalavya, and what Dronacharya wanted from Ekalavya as his guru. We are not great devotees like that, but what you impart to us, what you give us every single week, I'm sure I speak for all, we absolutely treasure that, and we will continue to do so for the rest of our life. You have planted the seed of Srimad Bhagavatam in our hearts and souls, so I thank you eternally for that. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. And the next on my list is Asha, and then Pravita and Uma. Is Asha Ben would like to say anything? Asha Mataji? Okay, so there's a Pravita and a Uma. Any one of you would like to speak any couple of words? Hello?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, hi,
Can you hear me?
Yes, Pravita,
Oh,
we
sorry.
can.
I'm really, really grateful for the chance we get to sit down in the comfort of our own home and to listen to those, to be enlightened by Patanjali Muni Prabhu. And he's the first devotee who I've met who is always willing to ask us, who has a question, do you have a question? Because he's always there. He make it very engaging for us as well, and it is very, very motivational.
So,
And I feel very, very much motivated to learn in such a way, instead of being dictated like a child at school. Thank you very much, Patanjali Muni Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Pravita. Thank you. Uma, now is Uma would like to say anything? Uma? Okay. So next is Bhavini, sorry, Vinod Bihari Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
We are so fortunate. I just can't believe how fortunate we are for Patanjali Muni Prabhu to give a class of Srimad Bhagavatam from the beginning, and how much pain is taken to do it so nicely. And plus, we are getting the recording also, so plus the summary every week. I just, we should make sure that we should never miss this opportunity.
Yeah.
We are so fortunate. We take the good chance of it, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Next is Bhavini Mataji, and then Rajan Dattani. Bhavini Mataji, you go.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I would just like to echo much of what has been said, but also add that every lecture that I listen, that you give and that I listen to, every lecture I learn something that inspires me and helps me to progress with my practice at home. You give us so much hopeful, useful practices that, where sometimes we all come across stumbling blocks, but the way you explain to us and make it approachable and break it down step by step, it's a revelation, and I sincerely thank you, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Rajan Dattani Prabhu. Rajan Prabhu is there?
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, my humble obeisances to Patanjali Muni Prabhu. Thank you for the wonderful class you give every week on Tuesday. and recap for that. We have a video for us to recap on. It is very wonderful. It just explains the way he explains to us the Srimad Bhagavatam. Patanjali Muni Prabhu is actually so helpful to us. I mean, I personally feel myself that it helps me see my own reflection, to see where the problems are, and I can understand the stumbling blocks I have. I see my own anathas, and I see so many things which is wrong, and I can actually try and understand Srimad Bhagavatam better, actually, the way he's explaining to us. So I thank very much for the class he gives and the association I get from all the devotees. Thank you very much for that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Rajan Prabhu. So next one I would just call is Hitesh Prabhu. Would like to say something? Hitesh Prabhu, is that? Okay. No, Hitesh Prabhu is not there. Okay. There is the one. Chetna. Chetna would like to say something. Yeah.
First of all, thank you very much, Patanjali Muni Prabhu. The depth of your knowledge and how you explain all the verses and break it all down and make it so deep and meaningful to us. I've just realized when I was given the Srimad Bhagavatam 18 volumes, I knew in my heart that it is not me to read 18 volumes. It just isn't me. And I shared with a friend that if I could hear the volume in my daily life, maybe it would make sense to me. I'm also very ignorant about Sanskrit. And the thing about the Hare Krishna movement is there's so much Sanskrit. And I think, how on earth will I ever understand all this in-depth knowledge? And it's not a criticism, but it's the weakness that I feel that I have. And when you explain everything and break it down, and the words and the meanings of each of the words, and the profound knowledge and the enlightenment that you give, and you make it seem, you do it with such depth, and it's so simply explained. It now makes me think that maybe I have hope of reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, which I never thought I would do before. So I want to thank you very much. And honestly, I would not miss this class ever. I would move mountains to be here. So thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Chetna. Thank you very much. So next one is Vendu Madhuri Mataji. You got one. Yeah. Please try to keep minimum if we can, all of us. So
yes.
We can
Thank you, Patanjali Muni. It's very enlightening classes, and we have been engaging all these people, all of us, and others also, in this towards Krishna's. Yeah, and the act you are doing basically, it is you're giving the highest charity. You're doing the highest type of charity you are doing by giving the name of Krishna, engaging them directly, indirectly, giving the true knowledge, the essence, the tattva of this, how to understand Bhagavatam, how to basically see the truth underneath there, not simply the story and other things. So it's very, very essential. Once we know the tattva of this, that is basically the real thing in life, to hold on to it. And that actually has the potential to bring the change from in. And that change in sense is a magic, basically. And this is what the essence of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam is. And this is what the mission of Prabhupada is. And this is, you are truly carrying out that mission. So which is indeed very, very creditable. And I really, sincerely, very, very thankful to you and very grateful to you that you are enlightening so many souls and doing a great service to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, so next one is, thank you, Madhuri Mataji. Thank you. So next one is Rupa Mataji. Yeah, I go.
Hare Krishna, Patanjali Muni Prabhuji. You started the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.1 with 11th canto, and 11th canto is my favorite canto in the whole of Bhagavatam. has so much of knowledge and so much of depth. And you started with 11th canto with Bhikshu Gita, and it was so enlightening. So thank you very much for that. As well as you connect the great knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam to our daily practical lives, which is again very, very enlightening, because we are living in the material world, and every day, and in our life we face so many things, and you're connecting all the Bhagavatam knowledge to our daily life, how we should lead our life. So it is very practical, and your classes are very interactive. You take my name, you take so many other devotees' name, and it's so interactive and so personal. So thank you very much for that. Forever grateful to you. Thank you. Hari Bol.
Hi, all. Thank you, Ripa. The next one is Panas next to my screen. Yeah, hi, Bol. Panas.
Hare Krishna. Actually, I am very much inspired by how Patanjali Muni likes to preach. He lives for it. I won't tell some background details which were going on when we shifted from Sanghas every week to every second week. He was upset. He wanted to preach so much. So it was frustrating for him that we have to do it now every second week, not every week. And he is such a charismatic preacher. And any imperfection which were still present, it will be washed away, but by such a wonderful service he is doing. And I don't even know if there are gurus from Korean background, but I can see the future. He will be one. Hare Krishna.
Wow, that's very nice. Thank you very much. Vishalini Mataji, yes, you please unmute yourself. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Shalini Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Sangeeta.
Hare Krishna.
I've had Srimad Bhagavatam 33 years. I used to read. I've read it about 5 times, but like a storybook. But in your association, I'm learning it more, especially with this coronavirus, and Karuna. It's showered so much Karuna on us that before we didn't get that much association online. And where we are, we haven't got many people to discuss anything. Like before we were in Manor, we started in Manor, but we had to move. So I'm very grateful to you, the way you are teaching. And association is so important. Before I used to think, oh, I've read it. You know how the false ego goes up and the pride goes up, I've read it. But last few weeks, I haven't read anything. I don't know anything. And like you are teaching, and I am putting in practice as well, it's really helping me. I'm very grateful to you. Thank you very, very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Thank you. So the next one is here, the iPhone. I think somebody was in an iPhone, wanted to speak something. Would you like to come back again on the screen, Prabhu? iPhone? Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. iPhone.
Hare Krishna, Patanjali Muni Prabhu, Sangeeta Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
I wanted to thank Patanjali Muni Prabhu many times for the classes we are learning. I wanted to listen to Bhagavatam for a long time, Srimad Bhagavatam, and was asking a lot of devotees here, teaches Bhagavatam. So it is quite lucky that Patanjali Muni Prabhu is teaching us, and Mataji, you're organizing. So thanks to you as well. And always I remember Prabhuji's quotes on the Bhikshu Gita or the Brahmin he spoke about, and the first look of the Bhagavatam. And I keep thinking I'll go back and read the verses. So thank you very much.
That's very nice, thank you. So next one is, I think, Julie Mataji. Would you like to say anything, 2 words? Julie Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
For his.
Can you unmute yourself, Mataji? Sorry, we can't hear you.
I thought I was, sorry.
Yeah,
I just want to say a big thank you to Patanjali Muni for his sincerity in delivering Krishna's message to us. He's a big Krishna's messenger. For his immaculate, exquisite depths that he brings out to us, to a level where we can understand it, not in a big jargon language. And so I really, really appreciate it, and so much so that even if I didn't want to go and read or look to think further, I feel so hungry for it all the time. I want more and more. So I feel quite committed to the group. And he shares this exquisite, deep-seated, selfless service to us. He takes his time, and nothing is too big. And the way he tells these stories, the sweetest way of putting it, that we are so eager to continue and join in and learn from it. So thank you so much. God bless you forever. And may Krishna shine your inner soul even more, because you are giving us your soul. And you're teaching us how to get to the deepest part in our own lives, which is beautiful, to make us happier. Thank you.
Thank you. So is there anybody, two more people can just say, please raise your hand if you would like to say anything. Otherwise, we just let Patanjali Prabhu say a couple of words and then we'll do the closing prayer. Okay, Pramila Mataji, yes, please.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. For Patanjali Muni Prabhu, for those of you who don't know him that well, Bhavani Mataji and myself, we had about 3 months at the beginning of lockdown. We just had him to ourselves. So you can imagine how well we got to know him. And and Jolie Mataji joining at the last stage. And some of the things that you would learn with him, he doesn't like praise. He doesn't think praise is a good thing at all. We should not let it get to our head. So he's so pure. He's so patient. He's so kind. You know, he taught us word to word how to sing the Narasimha Kavacham, and to pronounce those words was so difficult for Bhavani Mataji and I. But he went word by word. He taught us how to do the Achmanyam prayer every day before we do our prayers. And thank you, Prabhu. I still do that. I still do so many things you've taught us, along with Bhavani Mataji, how to, the water, when we collect the water from the tap, to say the mantra of the 7 rivers. And I do it so automatic now. And so many things I can tell you about him, because, you know, we just had that 3 months of getting to know him. So all I can say is everything comes from his heart. It's pure love. And Sangeeta Mataji, you too, because you, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be in this group. And we are very fortunate. And also, Patanjali Muni Prabhu, he really is so good in our Friday Bhagavatam group, which has been going on for many years. So, you know, it's so wonderful to have you, Prabhuji. God bless you.
Oh, thank you, Pramila Mataji. That's very kind what you say, but yeah, thank you. Just blessings that I can provide more service. I'm just like nowhere at the moment. I'm just even like servant of like even under the grass. I'm just trying to do some little bit. Sipara Mataji, yes, would like to say? Yeah, okay.
Yes. Hare Krishna Patanjali Muni Prabhu. I just wanted to say thank you so much for giving us enlightening class every time, every week. And I'm just fortunate to have you as my Shishka Guru. And I never thought I will learn or read Bhagavatam when I got my 18 volume of Bhagavatam, but you made it possible. And I'm really, really grateful and very, very fortunate. And thank you so much for your time and sincere knowledge you are giving us. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Sipara Mataji. Pinky, would you like to say anything, Pinky? Pinky Sham? Last one. Pinky Sham, would you like to say anything? Okay, I think she was to say. Okay, thank you, Lakshma Mataji. Oh, Hare Krishna, Pinky. Hare Bolya. Yeah, go on, Pinky here.
Hare Krishna. Well, I want to thank Patanjali Muni, Prabhuji, for all the classes he's been giving us, especially because they're all very enlightening, and also because we all get to participate as well. He asks us questions, and that makes us reflect as well. And as the demon stories also had the special part, so yeah, it's a very special day to come on every Tuesday and attend the class, and really thankful to coronavirus as well, because it's a good thing we're doing during lockdown. Thank you.
That's very well said. Thank you, Dinky. Thank you very much. So we got now Mithilesh Mataji is the last one, I think. If you would like to say anything, just unmute yourself. Hi, Bo.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Sangeeta Mataji.
Hi, Bo. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Obeisance to Patanjali Prabhu. Yes, I look forward every Tuesday listening to his class. He's inspired me so much now. So as you, Sangeeta Mataji, listening to his class is so wonderful, and it gives the depth of it as well. It encourages me more and more. And every week I look forward on Tuesday, and then on a Sangha group as well. He interacts with us, with the group as well, asks questions, and insists on us opening up as well, which he's opened up a lot to me. So thank you so much, Patanjali Prabhu. Appreciate all your encouragement, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Okay, thank you, Patanjali Prabhu. Again and again, I will simply accept our humble obeisances on behalf of all the group, and all glories to your preaching and Srila Prabhupada, and please shower your mercy on us. If we do any mistake, please forgive us. Thank you, Patanjali Prabhu, all yours.
Bhagavatam says, someone blames you, the best way to deal with it is be quiet. At the same time, someone praises you, best way to deal with it is to be quiet also. So let me introduce one person who inspired me to do this preaching work. So this is came on last year, the year 2019, 10th October. So one of Korea, the major news channel, ISKCON came on, covered the front page. So here, the person who are on red clothes, 20 years ago, he came to Korea to earn his livelihood. So in those days, there are a lot of illegal workers. So he was one of them, illegal workers. So he noticed that there are many illegal workers when they have a national holiday, like here Christmas, they have a Thanksgiving Day in Korea. So we have a long holiday. So because they are all illegal workers, so they had nowhere to go. So anytime when Korea had a big holiday, all these people, they're just stuck in their room, so that they didn't know what to do. So he thought that actually we need to have a small gathering place so that we can worship together, we can get together. So he thought that we need to have some place to get together. So this person, when he does night shift during the day without sleeping, he went to the different places to convince other friends that why don't we get some place of worship together, so that rather than we stay in our own room, so we learn something. So rather than being sorrow and morose when we have such a holiday, so let us get together something, make something place to get together. So in this way, this person, he sacrificed his time and energy, and also whatever he earned before, he put towards establishing one center. So this person is from Bangladesh. So he made a small Bengali community center. So he knew ISKCON, so that he want this place as mandir. So that the first time, it was a year 2000. So that on opening ceremony, he invited Jayapataka Swami from Mayapur. So that Jayapataka Swami came, and then he convinced him that, so this is temple, so why don't you make it ISKCON temple? So then it became ISKCON temple.
Haribo.
So this person, but because these people are illegally working, so they couldn't buy the land. So they borrowed someone else's name who used to work in, legally working in Bangladeshi embassy. But what happened was later on, so now a lot of people became legal workers, and also I got involved so that we want to legalize our center. So then we need to get this land back from which the person who gave name. But somehow this person changed their mind. They said that they didn't want to give land back. So because it was legally in their name. So because of this legal problem, I had to go to Bangladesh. I had to go to Indian embassy. So we had a lot of trouble. But and yet, he left Korea for long ago. So around the year 2007 or 8, he left. So now year 2019, we want to legalize this place. And once we legalized, we want to make a proper temple. So that during the journey, that somehow I met him in Bangladesh, and then we say hello each other, and then we spoke about our plan. And then at that time, we just took a picture. And then this picture, we didn't know that it's going to be on the cover story. So I don't know whether this person have seen this picture or not, but I sent a few copies to Bangladesh for him to see. But this is the thing, one person's devotion, one person, bhakti is like a coronavirus, is contagious. So the bhakti is more contagious than coronavirus. Corona gave us karuna at the same time. We have to learn from corona, so that whatever devotion you have, first of all, you have to develop and then trying to share it. So this person inspired so much that out of so much difficulties, he thought that the problem I have, why don't we solve this problem so that everybody else also can have the benefit of having a temple. So now, due to this person's little bit endeavor, then we had a center. Now that center turning into now ISKCON temple, and also now ISKCON temple came under the major news coverage in Korea. So in this way, so in one sense, you are all inspiring each other. Actually, this is a true secret of devotional service. Bodhayanta parasparam. Krishna says that always Machitta Makata Prana Bodhayanta parasparam Katayantascha Mam Nityam Tushyanticha Ramanticha. So when you inspire each other, then how? Katayanti, talk about me, and then take a pleasure in talking about me. Then deep down to Shanti, you have a satisfaction, and then Ramanti, you have a true pleasure in your life. So in this way, this is the blissful part. And also let us continue. And also, again, thank you for your kind donation. So we'll use this donation for further preaching work, including in England as well as in Korea. So I'd like to thank you all. And also I'd like to thank you all the people who are regularly giving a question and also those who volunteering for summary and also demon story, and also Mataji who is organizing, who is putting on the web. These are all little work, make us all happy gathering and happy Sangha. So thank you very much. So let us continue.
Thank you. Thank you, Patanjali Prabhu. One more request, last request. That I did understand that you would like to use all the Lakshmi for the preaching and all, but there is a quite few devotee have a wish, so you use some Lakshmi for your and Mataji and your son for going Vrindavan, and that is some of the devotees' desire that please go to Vrindavan whenever you can with this Lakshmi. So keep some for you, please.
When you gather, I feel this is Vrindavan. Well, Krishna is Vrindavan, isn't it? So that when we gather, Krishna, I feel more present. So that anyway, so thank you. You give me Vrindavan every week.
Thank you, Haribol.
Okay, Hare
Okay,
Krishna.
so we do the closing prayer. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much again and again.
Okay, so I'll close. I'll do closing prayers.
Yes, please.
Om Salve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, Salve Santu Niramaya, Salve Bhadrani Pashantu, Makasi Tukabak Bhave. Om Shanti
Shanti,
Shanti.
Shanti.
Om Asato Ma Satkamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti. Om Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Panchakalpatarvyasya kripa sindhubheva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you again.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Vaishnavi. Hare Rama.